boxing.org. And it might look like this where you have a menu at the top. Otherwise, you'll have like the mobile version. Woo, Hokies won. Otherwise, you'll have a version like this with just those 3 lines at the top, and it's the same. This menu is the same as what's up here. So click on here where it says 2019 Western Qualifier. Tell Kyle turn that down. All right, so this is where you're going to have all the information you need to be here. The live stream, the brackets, the bout sheets will all be there, the results, and all the news articles, links to photos, etc. Okay? So if you click on underneath brackets, Elite and Youth, that'll take you here to the Elite and Youth brackets. Click on Master Roster, and this has all the names and what category they're in. So please do that and verify that your boxer is correctly categorized. Only really focus on the elite male and female and elite males right now. We need to still scratch the boxers who didn't make weight. So scratched 114 Saul Gomez. Also scratched 152 pounds Jose Gomez. Publishing. Wait, not publishing. We had 919 boxers register, and it looks like we've got about 700 that checked in today. $759 boxers. Thank you. So it goes in here. Live stream.
114 elite male. How many are
Scratched.
wait? Are those the ones that Doug gave you? And they didn't make weight. How many are left?
Right there it is. 20, 21.
So when will they be boxing?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yep. 5 bouts tomorrow.
Okay. Elite
Okay.
male 114.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm ready to get started with the draw. Let me make a few announcements first. We are not conducting a coaches meeting here or a technical rules meeting. That will be tomorrow, so you should come back for that before we draw the rest of the brackets. The reason we're drawing the elite males today is so that way we can you can have more maximum time to prepare your boxers for tomorrow night's bouts. So I'm going to make it very clear who's boxing Monday. Any boxers who have matches on Monday must weigh in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. The elite males will be the first to be taken in, and they'll receive their physicals. If your boxer is not on weight on the trial scale, he must still report at 7 a.m. to get his physical. He then tells the weighmaster that they need more time to weigh in, and they'll tell them how long they have until, and pull their book aside. If they don't report at 7 a.m., they're going to be considered a no-show, and the bout will probably be scratched. So they need to report for the doctors to get their physical, because the doctor's only going to stay for a little while to do those physicals. The rest of the general weigh-in doesn't need their physicals, okay? We'll take the youth in after those male elites get weighed in, and then we'll go right down. Please don't have any bantams or peewees there waiting at the door at 7 a.m. because they're not weighing in until 8 o'clock or later. Check the schedule. All females will be brought in at 7 o'clock, and they're weighed in separate. All age groups, elite all the way through, okay? There will be no elite females boxing tomorrow night, only elite males. There will be no other age categories. I had listed about 3 other age categories that were possibly boxing because of the numbers, but due to no-shows, there's not going to be any other age groups boxing other than elite males. This chart right here shows you what the situation is. We have 0 108-pounders. We had 21 114-pounders, so there'll be 5 boxing on Monday on down. So this is significant. There's no 201 and 201 plus bouts on Monday. The numbers didn't dictate it. There was only 7 and 8 entries, so they will start on Tuesday. As much as possible, after the initial day of where there's buys and matches, I tried to build in a rest day so to make it a fair on the next day. However, 138 pounds, we have 48 boxers. 152 pounds, 36 boxers. So they're going to be boxing every day of the week, okay? So this shows here which bouts. We're going to be using rings 2, 3, and 4 for the elite males, for all elite divisions, elite males and females. Those are all 24-foot rings. Ring number 4 is only a 2-foot ring. The other ones are normal 36-inch rings off the floor. We'll run 114 and 125 pounds in ring number 4, and the heavier weights will be split in rings 2 and 3. Okay. If everybody goes to usaboxing.org and goes to this link here for 2019 Western Qualifier, this will contain all the information you need. Tournament schedule. Well, let's see here. Let's refresh that. Here's the tournament schedule. And this is also what's posted out in the hallways. This is where the bout sheets will be after we've created them. And here's the brackets. I want everybody in the room to click on the elite and youth bracket and go to the master roster. This is going to be a list of every elite boxer who entered the tournament, and we need to make sure that your boxer is correctly categorized at the correct weight. If it's blank, that means that they no-showed or were scratched after the general weigh-in. So you can get a look at that so you know when we get to the weight category, if there's a discrepancy, bring it to my attention, okay? We're going to do something a little bit different this time with the draw. As you know, we've had the sort of common sense rule where we don't make boxers from the same club box the first day. If you have 2 boxers in the same bracket that are the same boxing club with the same coach, then please bring it to my attention when we get to that bracket. We won't seed it, but we will draw it until those boxers are on opposite sides of the bracket. So the only possibility of them boxing will be in the finals, okay? I already know we have conflicts at 125 and 138. So please bring those to my attention. When we read the names, we'll point those out. After we do the draw, we will check it to make sure there's no conflicts. And if there are, we will redraw it. Coach? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just give them the gold medal. No, the seeds are going to be based upon the rankings, and the ones who are the highest seeds are the ones who deserve the buys. So as we go through, I'll point out the seeds. The seeds were done based upon the same age and weight that they're at. I don't believe in the elite we had to go down any weight classes. In the other age groups, we will look for seeds in the lower weight class and down in age group as well. So the seeds again are based only on the current USA boxing rankings. Any general announcements we want to make? Okay. There is one thing, and this will be covered in the technical meeting, but if your boxers are in competition tomorrow, it's a pretty tight space. We don't have the normal bullpens around the gloving areas. We're going to set up staging chairs, 4 chairs, for when you are the next bout up, for you to sit in adjacent to the ring. And I believe all those chairs are going to be on the administration side. There'll be a red bank and a blue bank. So please utilize those chairs so that way we can keep it's a little bit tight in the field of play. We want to keep that orderly. So elite male, 108 pounds. We had no competitors. Briefly, since this is the only non-Olympic weight class, this is not an Olympic qualification bracket. The plan right now is for 108 pounds in December to be an open registration bracket. So your boxers don't need to qualify in December. At 114 pounds, we had a scratch, so I don't have the dates in here, so I want to take a minute to put those back in because we are going to publish these and hang them on the wall, so I want to make sure that everybody knows when they're boxing. We're going to have 5 bouts on Monday, and then they'll have a rest day on Tuesday. We'll come back with quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals Wednesday through Saturday. The elite males and the elite and youth divisions will all box in the in the 6 p.m. session. The juniors on down will box in the noon session every day. With the exception of Friday. Friday we'll just do a noon session like normal and not box Friday night. As we draw these, we're going to print them out and they'll be hung. They'll be hung in the workout space, in the workout room. You notice there's a ring missing in the workout space. We had to use it for ring 5. We hope to replace it and have a ring back in there for you on Monday. That didn't work. Okay, that's right. So 5 bouts on Monday, rest day Tuesday, coming back on Wednesday. All right, elite male, 114 pounds. We scratched our number 1 seed, so we're going to make an adjustment here. So Hill moves into the 1 seed. Guillermo Gutierrez moves into the 2 seed. The 4 seed was also scratched. So Gonzalez goes into the number 3 seed. Bowie will be the 4 seed. Atiles will be the 5. And Sanchez will be the 6th seed. Okay, elite male, 114 pounds. We have Aaron Williams from Phoenix, Adrian Alvarado from Los Angeles, Aiden Zavala from California, Anthony Herrera from Los Angeles, Carlos Ibarra from Kansas, Cesar Cardona from Vegas, Daryl Lewis from Cincinnati, Efrain Sanchez from Kansas, Enrique Noyola from California, Ephraim Bowie from Texas, Ezekiel Ferguson from Denver, Guillermo Gutierrez from Texas, Jericho Padsing from Las Vegas, Jesus Guitron from San Antonio, Jesus Guzman from Fort Worth, John Atiles from Texas, Ness Tiburcio from Honolulu, Roscoe Hill from Vegas, Salam Gonzalez from Denver, Samuel Cosio from Kansas City, and Thomas Hewitt Johnson from St. Louis. So are there any conflicts from any clubs with more than one boxer in this bracket? I think Thomas Hewitt's from St. Joseph. Sorry about that. No conflicts? All right, we will seed this bracket. All right. Again, they'll have a rest day on Tuesday. So boxing on Monday will be Aaron Williams from Phoenix versus Carlos Ibarra from Kansas. Anthony Herrera from Los Angeles versus Enrique Noyola from California. Cesar Cardona from Las Vegas versus Sammy Cosio from Kansas City. Thomas Hewitt Johnson versus Aiden Zavala. Again, these are all in the 6 p.m. session, ring number 4. They will have to weigh in at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. They will be the first to weigh in. And also boxing is Jericho Padsing versus Jesus Guitron. All other boxers in the bracket will be boxing on Wednesday. All right, this is going to be tricky. Turn to one page. Give me a second. These brackets are really big, so they can't fit on one page. I want to test it out, so we'll be able to see it on the wall. All right, that's not, you can't read that. This should be better. So it's going to be 4 sheets. At least. Is that better? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
And test that one other way as well. So that'll be 4 sheets, and then we'll test it another way. that good? Okay, so this is, that's the whole thing?
Yeah.
This is just another version, but it should be the same. Okay. You want 4 copies? Okay. So I made 3 more copies of that version. All right, we'll move on to 125 pounds. I think it's going to go faster because we don't have any scratches.
She said you're gonna make 3 more, and you need 3 more.
It's coming. You need 4 copies of each, right?
I know,
Okay.
it's
125 pounds. We have Alejandro Martinez from Texas, Amado Vargas from Las Vegas, Angel Barrera from Chicago, Angel Garcia from Laredo, Conrado Martinez from Texas, Daniel Bailey from Colorado Springs, Danny Bodish from Pittsburgh, David Perez from Tulsa, Diego Alvarez from Utah, Doctress Robinson from Georgia, Dominic Valle from Florida, Dominic Roundtree from Georgia, Eric Hatcher from Texas, Ezequiel Borrero from Las Vegas, Gabriel Quijada from Phoenix, Lamido from California, Jonas Persaud from California, Jonathan Masor from California, Kevin Montano from California, Kevin Otero from Texas, Marsalis Mathis from North Carolina, Matthew Quintero from California, Ranson Ranchez from Hawaii, Rocky Balala from Hawaii, Zachary Zam from California, Smathy Silva from Nevada, Tim Longoria from Texas, Vincent Ciorda from San Antonio. The seeds are Lamido is number 1, Bailey is number 2, Montano number 3, and Longoria number 4. We have any conflicts in this bracket? Yes, sir?
Prasad and Kevin Montano.
So Prasad and Montano, we're going to draw until they're on opposite sides of the bracket. Montano's a seed. It should work out. Coach?
Bailey and Mathis.
Okay, Bailey and Mathis. So be patient. We're going to have to check the brackets after we draw them. Bailey's at the top. And Mathis is in the bottom half. Montano is at the top of the bracket. I'm sorry, Coach. Mansour? Prasad.
Prasad.
And Prasad is in the bottom half of the bracket. Well, that worked out.
Thank you.
Okay. Same situation as 114 pounds. We're going to have 12 bouts tomorrow night on Monday. Everybody will be resting on Tuesday, and everybody will be boxing again on Wednesday. So boxing on Monday is Ezequiel Borrero from Las Vegas, Nevada versus Angel Garcia from Laredo, Texas. Again, coaches, these boxers will weigh in first at 7 a.m. Please report to the weighmaster at 7 a.m. for their physicals. Also boxing on Monday, Smathy Silva from Sparks, Nevada versus Zachary Sam from Stockton, California. Kevin Otero from Euless, Texas versus Gabriel Quijada from Phoenix, Arizona. Amado Fernando Vargas from Las Vegas, Nevada versus Doctress Robinson from Augusta, Georgia. Vincent Ciorda, San Antonio, Texas versus Matthew Quintero, Stanton, California. Ranson Ray Ranchez from Kapolei, Hawaii. Where's Robin? No. Versus Danny Bodish from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rocky Balala from Makawa, Hawaii versus Marsalis Mathis, North Carolina. Eric Hatcher from Galveston, Texas versus Jonathan Mansour from La Mesa, California. Angel Barrera from Chicago, Illinois versus Jonas Persaud from Concord, California. Dominic Roundtree from Evans, Georgia versus Conrado Martinez from Odessa, Texas. Dominic Valle from Lutz, Florida versus David Perez, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Diego Alvarez, South Ogden, Utah versus Alejandro Martinez from Texas. Elite male, 138 pounds. We have 48 boxers. 60 boxers registered. We'll have 16 bouts tomorrow night, and then everybody's boxing again on Tuesday. 16 more bouts. We have Angel Mora from Oklahoma, Bryson Knuckles from Kansas, Carlos Arce from Florida, Carlos Gonzalez, California, Carlos Nava from Texas, Charlie Sheehy from California, Christian Avalos from Nevada, Christian Ford from California, Christian Otero from New York, Christopher Gooch from Illinois, Christian Chavez from Nevada, Daniel Costa from Illinois, Dorel Fore from California, Elian Lua from California, Elijah Smith from Arizona, Gadiel Andino from Maryland, Giovanni Marquez from Houston, Gustavo Guerrero from Houston, Harley Maderos from New York, Isaac Lugo from Utah, Israel Rodriguez from Texas, Isaiah Harris from Albany, Jalen Jones from Washington, James Browning from Arizona, Jason Wright from Utah, Javon Guinard from Dallas, Jemiah Richards from Texas, Jerome Baxter from Pittsburgh, Jordan Jenkins from Mesquite, Jorge Carlos from Kansas City, Jose Rodriguez from California, Joseph Macedo from Las Vegas, Joshua Jenkins from Mesquite, Kyle Irwin from California, Luis Joe Ibarra from Colorado Springs, Marcel Davidson from Kansas, Marik Black from Kentucky. I think he's from Flint, actually. Matthew Umlin from Minnesota, Marshawn Tate from Las Vegas, Oliver Galicia from Los Angeles, Omar Montano from Albuquerque, Oscar Perez from Houston, Pedro Cruz from San Jose, Ray Cuadrado from New York, Ray Diaz from Vegas, Ryan Lopez from New York, Savian Kent from New Mexico, and Teddy Merconia from Pittsburgh. Okay, is anybody missing from the bracket? Everybody's fine? We have some conflicts in this bracket, coaches?
Baxter and Marcondra.
Sorry, tell me their names.
Jerome Baxter
Jerome Baxter.
and Theodore Marcondra.
Okay. Both from Pittsburgh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I need a pen.
And I was not
Okay. Yep.
Marcel Davidson and Jorge Carlos.
Okay. Is just those two? Okay, we'll draw and double check. Yes, sir. The Jenkins brothers. All right. So none of these boxers, Marcel has a seed. I think he's the only one of them that have seeds. Yep. All right, we're going to draw it and check it. Be patient. We may have to redraw. Okay, first. Davidson and Carlos are both in the bottom half of the bracket, so we're gonna redraw this bracket with 3 conflicts. We might be here a little while, guys. Okay, Jenkins and Jenkins are on opposite sides. Carlos and Davidson are in conflict, so we're going to redraw this. Okay. Carlos and Davidson are okay. Um, Jenkins and Jenkins are okay. And Mercona is here in the top half. And Baxter's in the bottom half. Sorry, Baxter and Mercona are both in the bottom half. Yep, we're going to redraw this bracket. Time's dinner, Jennifer? All right, we're going to redraw it. Carlos and Davidson are okay. Both Pittsburgh boxers are in the bottom half. So we're going to redraw it. Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh. Can you get Mike? I'll try again, but we might be here a while, guys. This is a new policy. We might have to alter this. All right, Carlos and Davidson are okay. Jenkins and Jenkins are okay. Baxter and Mercona are okay. We got a winner. All right, coaches. So, like I said, everybody's going to be boxing every day. Was that 5 draws for the record? Okay. All right. Boxing on Monday. Javon Guinard versus Giovanni Marquez. Dallas versus Houston. Matthew Umlin versus Elijah Smith. Matthew Umlin from Minnesota versus Elijah Smith from Arizona. Pedro Cruz, San Jose, California versus Mayshawn Tate, Las Vegas. Christian Avalos from Carson City, Nevada versus Christian Chavez from Sparks, Nevada. That's not a conflict? No?
We're not from the same team.
Okay. Jason Wright, Clearfield, Utah versus Oscar Perez, Houston, Texas. Darrell Foray, Sacramento, California versus Christian Otero, New York, New York. Ryan Lopez, Howard Beach, New York versus Carlos Gonzalez, Sunnyvale, California. Carlos Arce, Naples, Florida versus Christopher Gooch, Aurora, Illinois. Jalen Jones, Washington, D.C. versus Bryson Knuckles, Winfield, Kansas. Isaiah Harris, Albany, New York versus Ray Diaz, North Las Vegas, New York. Omar Montano, Albuquerque, New Mexico versus Marique Black from Flint, Michigan. Carlos Nava, Pasadena, Texas versus Luis Joe Ibarra, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Kyle Irwin, Oceanside, California versus Christian Ford, Long Beach, California. Angel Mora, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma versus Savion Kent, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Jerome Baxter, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania versus Israel Rodriguez, Humble, Texas. Oliver Galicia, Los Angeles, California versus Jordan Jenkins, Mesquite, Texas. Every boxer will be boxing on Tuesday. Coaches, after we conclude the draw, I'll publish this and it should be updated online within about 15 minutes. One, two.
Mike,
Yes, Coach. 132 pounds? 138 pounds? Daniel Costa got the bye. He'll be boxing on Tuesday versus the winner of Irwin and Ford. I did 3 on that one. Just to see if it would turn out better. No? Oh, you flipped it over.
just the first three.
You want me to do it as? See how that turns out.
No, this is already pretty small. There's no sense of. Just keep doing it.
All right, elite male, 152 pounds. We end up with 36 boxers. That means there'll be 4 bouts on Monday. Only 4 bouts on Monday. Then there'll be 16 on Tuesday. Our seeds in this bracket are Victor Aranda from El Paso is the 1 seed, Marcus Davidson from Kansas City is the number 2 seed, and Jaquan McElroy from Michigan is the number 3 seed. Our boxers in this bracket are Alexander Rios from Florida, Andre Brown from Tulsa, Anthony Adams from Kansas, Antonio Tessitore from Spokane, Brandon Etheridge from North Carolina, Daniel Gonzalez from Arkansas, Daniel Hasty from Idaho, Emmanuel Tennyson from Fort Worth, Emmanuel Rojas from Texas, Hunter Williams from California, Isaiah Abalon from Minneapolis, Shaquan McElroy from Lansing, Jadon Vigil from Colorado, Giovanni Estella from Orlando, Jeremiah Lewis from Mississippi, Jerry Bradford from California, John Bryant from Syracuse, Joshua Moreno from San Antonio, Kelvin Davis from Norfolk, Kevin Evans from Oregon, Lorenzo Trevino from Indiana, Marcus Davidson from Kansas City, Mauricio Quintanilla from Texas, Morris Young from Michigan, Nathaniel Vincent from Texas, Ramon Acosta from Texas, Rezvan Gavriluti from Illinois, Reynaldo Torres from Mass, Richard Graham from Florida, Sadon Scott from Las Vegas, Shahid Porter from Las Vegas, Sylvester Quiones from Texas, Terrence Williams from Florida, Victor Aranda from El Paso, Wilford Mariano from Reno, and Zaquan Peterkin from Las Vegas. Do we have anybody missing from the bracket? All right, conflicts from Kansas. We have Marcus Davidson and Anthony Adams. Any other conflicts? All right, this one shouldn't take as long. Davidson in the top half. Adams is in the bottom half. Let's confirm that. I take that back. Adams is in the top half as well. So we're going to reseed this, or redraw it. Again, Davidson and Adams in conflict. All right, Adams is in the bottom half of the bracket, and Davidson is now in the top half. There he is. All right, boxing on Monday. Kelvin Davis from Norfolk, Virginia versus Giovanni Estella from Orlando, Florida. Daniel Gonzalez from Springdale, Arkansas versus Terrence Williams from Florida. Lorenzo Trevino from Marion, Indiana versus Ramon Acosta from Victoria, Texas. Emmanuel Rojas from Garland, Texas versus Anthony Adams from Shawnee, Kansas. All other boxers come back on Tuesday. How many copies is that?
That's the one. That one might be too big. I'm not thinking that one needs to.
It's actually too small. Yeah, it's too small.
Yeah, that's way too small. But,
That was 152, right? Elite male 165 pounds will follow the same pattern as the 114 and 125. There's 22 boxers, 6 bouts on Monday. Tuesday will be a rest day, and then they'll box every day of the week, Wednesday through Saturday. We have 3 seeds. Jorge Tovar from El Paso is the number 1 seed. Kashad Elliott from Plainfield, is that New Jersey, is number 2 seed. And Raul Solomon from Long Beach is the number 3. We have Isaiah Acasea from Las Vegas, Alexis Chaparro from Ridgewood, New York, Andrew Murphy from Washington, Antonio Garcia from Anaheim, Christian De La Rosa from Colorado, Damoni Caito from Sacramento, David Silva from California, Edward George from Atlanta, Eugene Hill from Texas, Ezekiel Scruggs from Little Rock, Francis Hogan from Massachusetts, Gary Bailey from Utah, Ivan Contreras from Nevada, Jorge Tovar from El Paso, Kashad Elliott from New Jersey, Marlon Kelly from Miami, Marte Doss from California, Muhammad Al Gori from New York City, Montrell Hunter from Washington, Noah Jones from Texas, Omar Murillo from Oregon, and Raul Solomon from California. Do we have anybody missing from the bracket? Are there any conflicts in this bracket? We're going to draw it. There'll be 6 bouts. On Monday, Christian De La Rosa from Thornton, Colorado versus Gary Bailey from Taylorsville, Utah. Ivan Contreras from Carson City, Nevada versus Marlon Kelly from Miami, Florida. Montrell Hunter from Washington versus Isaiah from Las Vegas, Nevada. Omar Murillo from Boardman, Oregon versus Andrew Murphy from Washington. Eugene Hill from Dickinson, Texas versus Edward George from Atlanta, Georgia. Alexis Chaparro from Ridgewood, New York versus Francis Hogan from Weymouth, Massachusetts. Tuesday will be a rest day, and then everybody else has byes until Wednesday. Oh, that's a challenge. Elite male, 178 pounds. We only have 1 seed, Robert McGee from Missouri. "13 boxers, 5 bouts on Monday. They'll have rest days on Tuesday and Thursday, and box on Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Adrian Tillman from Colorado Springs, Caleb Hernandez from Indiana, Chase Calloway from Kansas City, Christopher Thompson from Flint, Frank Popoca from California, Pio Tao from Utah, Lorenzo Cardona from Fargo, Mario Hernandez from Nevada, Nasheed Smith from D.C., Noah Butkovich from Key West, Raymond Henry from Indiana, Robert McGee from Missouri, Sebastian Marconi from California. Anybody missing? Any conflicts? Yes, sir?
Tillman and Bukovic.
Bukovic is also Army? Okay. Any other conflicts? Okay, we're going to draw this. Tillman and Bukovic are boxing on day 2, so we will redraw this. Again, top half of the bracket, we'll redraw it. Again, we'll redraw it. Now they're boxing Monday. We'll redraw it. Bukovic at the top half. Tillman still at the bottom half of the top half. This is worse than the 138. me make this smaller so I can really see what's going on. So they're still in the bottom half of the bracket. Still, both are here. Anybody counting? Vukovic in the top half and Tillman in the bottom half. Okay, so we have 5 bouts on Monday, tomorrow, weighing in at 7 a.m. Noah Vukovic, Key West versus Nasheed Smith, Washington, D.C. Sebastian Marconi, California versus Mario Hernandez from Sparks. Pio Tao and Henry receive byes. Christopher Thompson from Flint versus Lorenzo Cardona from Fargo. Adrian Tillman from Colorado Springs versus Frank Popoca from Linwood, California. Caleb Hernandez from Shearville, Indiana versus Chase Calloway, Kansas City. Yes, sir. Robert McGee was the top seed and he received a bye. So he'll box on Wednesday. Catching up. Elite male, 201 pounds. 7 boxers. They will not be boxing Monday. They'll start on Tuesday, have rest days Wednesday and Friday. So there'll be 3 bouts on Tuesday. The competitors are Bernard Oliver, Springdale, Arkansas. Brandon Moore, Lakeland, Florida. Devin Young, Aiken, South Carolina. Esri Turner from Dover, Delaware. Jamar Talley, Camden, New Jersey. Keith Heath from Eugene, Oregon. And Raheem Gonzalez from Las Vegas, Nevada. Talley is the number 1 seed, Young the number 2, and Gonzalez the number 3. Anybody missing from this bracket? Any conflicts? Talley's the 1 seed and received the bye. Will box on Thursday. Boxing Tuesday is Esri Turner, Dover, Delaware versus Bernard Oliver, Springdale, Arkansas. Again, these bouts are on Tuesday. They do not need to weigh in on Monday. Also, Devin Young, Aiken, South Carolina is the number 2 seed versus Keith Heath from Eugene, Oregon. And Raheem Gonzalez, the number 3 seed versus Brandon Moore from Lakeland, Florida. I'm sorry? Devin Young will box on Tuesday versus Keith Heath from Oregon. Devin Young is from Aiken, South Carolina. And finally, elite male super heavyweight, 201 pounds. They'll follow the same pattern. Nobody will be boxing on Monday. They'll box on Tuesday with a rest day on Wednesday. Come back on Thursday, rest day Friday, and a final on Saturday. The number 1 seed is Jeremiah Milton from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Number 2 is Leonid Grachev from Albuquerque. Is that right? Yes, sir. We haven't drawn it yet. We haven't drawn it yet. Jamar Talley is from 201. He's not 201 plus, right? Jamar Talley's the number 1 seed, so he'll box on Thursday. Yep, that's you? No. So you get the... It's Thursday and Saturday. Rest day Wednesday, rest day Friday. All right, back to super heavyweight. Angel Young from Mesa, Arizona. Daiquiri Scott from Decatur, Georgia. DeAndre Savage from Las Vegas. Furious Dixon Borge from Hawaii, Jeremiah Milton from Tulsa, Leonid Gracia from Albuquerque, Marvin Carey from South Carolina, and Price Taylor from Brooklyn. No conflicts or missing people? We'll seat it on Tuesday, Jeremiah Milton versus Marvin Carey, Angel Young versus DeAndre Savage, Furious Dixon Borge versus Price Taylor, and Dacre Scott versus Grachev. And again, all those bouts are on Tuesday. No super heavyweights. No heavyweights need to weigh in on Monday. This concludes the draw. Don't need to, do not, they've already done their general weigh-in. Weigh-in Tuesday morning. No, we won't, the females haven't weighed in yet. Weigh in tomorrow at 7, and then we'll do the draw. We'll draw them first at the beginning of the draw. Yeah, check the schedule, but they weigh in around 8:30.
Oh,
Yep, and then we'll draw them in order.
okay, thank you.
Yep. That's a wrap. Thank you very much. Earlier tomorrow, same channel. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow will be online as well.
And today's already online?
Ask Kyle.